After this, there is no turning back. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Do you know what I'm talking about?
This is that YouthSpin Show. This is that YouthSpin Show. This is that YouthSpin Show.
Just live this here lifestyle. Came straight from the bottom to the top of my lifestyle. Live like a beginning. This is only the beginning. On the top of the mountain, puffing on clouds, still beginning. Screaming for the side. From a ride for my neck. Convoy, I'ma die for my neck. Convoy, I ain't gonna never let you know Monday. No way. Couldn't see me if they had a genie. I'm living my life like Beanie. I repeat my brother Beanie. I stacked the right to the ceiling. Natty, can't beat me. I just might wake up one Chanel and he can't see me.
And that's a perfect example of what we'll be discussing tonight. And helping us discuss that is Ms. Tahira Banks, entrepreneur and communications consultant for a number of organizations and agencies in Anguilla and throughout the region. Tahira is a 25-year-old graduate of the University of Houston. She was born in Anguilla and recently returned home after spending over 11 years abroad. Tahira is also a singer/songwriter and the daughter of the legendary Banky Banks. We would like to welcome Tahira to the show.
Thank you guys for having me.
So, radio listeners, what is pop culture? Pop culture can be defined as the TV shows, films, music that are popular right now in this day and age and that are having a big influence on our youth. Right now, I would say that a big influence is the hip-hop or rap industry. Some popular artists, I would say, are Rihanna, Beyonce, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown. What do you have to say, Mr. Controversy?
The question, though, about popular culture is, well, what is the influence? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it the way you interpret it? Like, how would we define it, Miss Banks? Like, what do you say overall? Before I give my opinion, and I'll give the guest the first opinionated, comment of the night. What is your opinion? Do you think it has a positive, negative, indifferent?
I think that pop culture is expressive, and that's very important. That is a positive thing for people to be able to express their individual positions, their feelings about life, and their sentiments about their own realities. That's important. I think perception is where it gets kind of twisted. Sometimes, the listener or the viewer will take someone else's reality and interpret it in a different way, which they are entitled to, but sometimes those interpretations are negative. And then on the flip side, sometimes pop culture is just straight up negative, but I think there are more cases of it being just basically expressive and reflective of people's circumstance, and I think it's a matter of interpretation.
Most definitely. With me tonight is also, introducing real fast, he's no stranger to the show. He's our producer, Mr. Akio Lloyd, and he's decided to finally sit behind the mic and see how difficult this part of the show is. Mr. Lloyd, what is your opinion on pop culture?
Well, good night, everybody, first of all. My opinion, wow.
Not as easy as you thought.
It's no, I always like to try to choose my words carefully because, people catch feelings sometimes. That's a pop culture term. If you didn't know, now you know. Some people might feel a type of way, so I gotta choose my words carefully. Pop culture, to me, it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. It can be something that spreads, what I should say is, in my opinion, ignorance. And it can be something that could be spreading a whole bunch of positive influence on people. One movement I would really like to shout out, because they're doing a whole bunch of stuff, and you're coming from a small house, is TDE and Kendrick Lamar. That's a positive movement. When you talk about the music they put out, like Kendrick putting out music, and he repeats it over and over again. I'm not doing music for the industry. I'm not doing music to make money like that. I'm doing music to speak to a certain group of people. Like his new song, I Love Myself. We played that on this show a couple of times already, because that song reverberates heavy with me. It's something that's positive for the youth and people to listen to. And Kendrick even in his interviews would say, you know, I'm doing this songs for the youth that is looking at maybe committing suicide or hurting themselves or doing something to damage themselves. I want them to know they should love themselves. I love myself, you know?
Yeah.
That's how it is. That's how I think
Yeah.
it is.
True, if you want to jump in there and give your 2 cents on pop culture, yourself being an artist, I know you have a very, I like your style of music. I like your video. I can't remember the name. Help me out. Stay. There, that's right. That one was taped at Cartouche. Nice video.
Basically, right, my opinion on pop culture actually is like more likely what Akio said about Kendrick Lamar and stuff like that, because that's the kind of music I actually listen to. Kendrick Lamar, then you got J. Cole. I mean, these are guys that actually speak about their life, and Nas, and you know, the whole walks. But then when you go on to other artists, I won't call in other artists' names, you know, they actually speak about gun violence, which is not actually something that I think that young fellows should be listening to going through an aggravated state. Because then, hey, pop culture is a very strong influence on all of us, eh? Everybody who's sitting here right now, pop culture has influenced you in some way or the other.
Most definitely.
Like, on a real.
That's my opinion as well. My opinion on pop culture is, first of all, you have to appreciate how amazing, you know, especially hip-hop, how amazing hip-hop is. I mean, hip-hop has made it to every corner of the world. You know, something that originated in a small little alley in the Bronx. I was reading the history, you know. Something that originated in a poor black neighborhood from a oppressive place, you know, has made it to every. I gave you a chance to give your opinion. You know, has made it to every corner of the world, and that in and of itself is a beautiful thing. So I appreciate that. So that having that influence. Sure, there you go.
Okay, let me give hip-hop a proper introduction. Let me give you the proper history. DJ Kool Herc was the first DJ. He's a Jamaican dude living in Brooklyn, New York. Sorry, maybe not Brooklyn. But looking in the Bronx. Yeah, it was in the Bronx. In Bronx. What he did was, took 2 turntables, probably his parents' turntables from the basement, found some old turntables, took old records from his parents, put them on a turntable, and started going, oh snap, there's a drum, I can make 2 drum breaks together and make music. That's sampling. The reason why hip-hop is so crazy, hip-hop changed a whole lot of things in the music industry. It changed a whole lot of things in pop culture, how we do things, in all facets of our life. But people don't understand how deep it goes and how fast it went, that deep. I mean, even the craziest, like, even they have, like, they rap, like, to sell washing machines. Like, people don't understand, like, why would they rap in an advertisement to sell washing machines? Because people relate to rapping.
Yeah.
Because it pretty much took over everything, and that is a beautiful thing. That it has that much influence. There's a program I watched on VH1, The 10 of America, and they was talking about the influence that hip-hop had on America, but I think it relates to everywhere, because, you know, you watch BBC World News, and you watch some villages in Africa, and they're wearing FUBU clothes. You know, FUBU, you know, created by LL somewhere, you know, they made it to Africa. I mean, I think that's amazing, that it's that powerful. So it's a powerful thing. And anything that's powerful, if it's not used correctly, you know, can be dangerous. And I think that's where we've found ourselves in a snag. I also think, though, that it can be left to your interpretation. And unfortunately, the fans of hip-hop and popular culture, because it all, you know, interrelates. Hip-hop has a major influence on our popular culture. You know, you watch the little reality TV shows, and little Caucasian kids in somewhere in Jersey are dressed in full hip-hop gear. You know, hip hop is not just a music, but it's a dress and
lifestyle.
it's a whole lifestyle, an attitude, and all that. So it has an influence on everything. So we're gonna spend a lot of time talking about hip hop tonight, obviously, right? So yeah, I lost my
But
train
when
of
you
thought.
talk about perception of the listener,
Uh-huh.
isn't it the artist that is promoting a certain message? Because not all artists promote the same message.
That's true. But the perception, right? I was on perception. Thanks for reminding me. Right? Unfortunately, with hip hop, the fans are young. They're teenagers. They're not really. I don't think they should be responsible for interpreting something of such adult nature. So the
Well,
interpretation.
I mean, that's interesting because even before I moved to Houston, and I left here when I was 15, but even when I was younger, one of the first hip hop albums that I actually listened to was Jay-Z's The Blueprint, I think it was.
Oh.
And my brother Omari had it in his very first car. And I remember going in there and sitting and just pretending to drive and listening to that. And I don't know, the songs just made me, I never felt like I want to go out and sell drugs or, oh my God, I want to go and like shoot somebody right now. And I remember even listening to 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying and Many Men. And these are some, I think
I guess
it's-
it would have a lot to do with your environment too. Like
That's
a lot of things would have to go into play to make you really.
Yeah.
Like what I said earlier,
Yeah.
if
Well-
you're in a negative position
Environment.
and you listen to a certain song, you don't understand it, you take it the wrong way.
Yeah,
No?
I think sometimes young people, like you said, they are impressionable. And I mean, if they're 12, 15, sometimes they're 25 years old, and they take a lot of things literal. They take a lot of things they see on TV literal. They take what they listen to literal, and a lot of it is just entertainment. And like I said, it's an expression of someone's, like if someone grew up in that environment, I'm not saying it's right, but if someone grew up in that environment and that is their experience and they're communicating that through music, while they do have a responsibility to the listener, they also have a responsibility to themselves
For sure.
to communicate what is, what is truthful and real for them. So I think a lot of it comes down to perception, and a lot of it comes down to like just being able to be objective, and you can't really, objectivity is something you can't really necessarily teach people, because even when I was in college, even today I listen to some
Right.
right.
Don't get me wrong.
Exactly,
I'm not- yeah.
but I, like I said, I don't know, for some reason hip hop, just my friends, some people you see dressed up, looking.
You love it. Like, you can't change
It gets you hype.
And
And it
that's
gives
it.
you energy, momentum.
And that's it, exactly. And that program that I was speaking about, I told you this before the show. There was this tech guy from Silicon Valley, and they were rolling out some new software. And you would have to see the guy to really get what I'm trying to say here. He was Caucasian, of course. I mean, real wacky haircut, skinny guy, glasses, a tech geek. And he said when they were rolling out their company, their motto, their mission statement was a verse from a line from Lil Wayne, which is, this is Young Money Mother explicit, and if you ain't running with us, run from us. Like saying that we come really to change the entire software game. We are hungry, we gonna eat your face off. Like that kind of energy that they got from Wayne, like they got it, they interpreted different, and they was making some legal money with it. But then there's that other kid that, say, well, it's Young Money this, and we're gonna go and take over that block and sell our drugs on that corner. Like it's all left up
Wipe
to
you
your
out.
interpretation.
Sure. Yeah.
So you can interpret it and do some good stuff with it. You can, and again, maybe it boils down to your environment.
But I find that the message in the industry has changed. Like, it has evolved over the years. Like, for example, we had Ciara with her 1-2 step with Missy Elliott. Now we have Ciara singing songs like Ride. We had Beyonce singing Crazy in Love
Miley
with
Cyrus.
Jay-Z. Now she's singing Drunk in Love with Jay-Z.
Can I speak to that?
was
Go ahead.
singing with
Yeah.
teddy bears and
I'll
stuff.
speak to
Now
that
she-
actually.
Yeah, mine
I'll
is
speak
kinda
directly
buckle.
to that. Going back to the history of hip hop itself, hip hop was founded on five pillars. It was the arts. It was graffiti as an art, breakdancing as an art, DJing as an art, MCing as an art, and one other one, knowledge. No, but hip hop became commercialized.
That's what we're going to get into.
Big companies came and bought out small record labels like Def Jam, like Stone's Throw. There was a lot of There's a lot of money thrown at people that didn't have no money. And that changed a whole lot of things. That changed a whole lot of things in the industry. And who started buying music? Okay, how do you think, okay, in America, I'll give you American statistics because I know them off the top. There's 12% African Americans in America. The statistical population is 12%. Do you honestly think a 12% population is a big enough market to supply even one rapper with the amount of money that they speak of, theoretically speak of? No, it's not possible. Who buys the music? White people in America.
Yeah.
If you can sell your music to the white person in America, you make a whole lot of money. And when you sign up with a record label, they're going to tell you exactly how to sell to that specific group because they do market research and they spend a whole lot of money finding out how to sell things to people.
That's true.
And this is not every youth is going to go around considering that, because I could even tell you a story when I was growing up in the States myself. When I was about 12, 13 years old, I thought I had to model myself after, wearing a big chain and big baggy clothes and a do-rag and everything. And that's what I thought I had to go out on a date with, you know what I mean? But I didn't, there's other factors involved in that. But, that's what the image was that I thought was.
Man, hip hop had me wearing tall tees. Do you guys remember the tall tees?
Yep.
The nightgown stuff, like the T-shirt that reached to your knees. I was wearing tall tees, and I have no qualms in that. But there's another aspect to it that Akio brought up, and he said that it was bought out by people that aren't from the culture, and I think it was used as a weapon. I was alluding to that before. So Akio started, but it was used as a weapon. I saw a meme. Remember we said what our meme was, the little photo with the little saying, and it said that hip hop is a weapon, and like any other weapon, if you don't know how to use it correctly, you end up killing each other or shooting yourself in the foot. So when these people bought it, the negativity is what was selling. Like what sells is drugs, sex, and murder. Murder, I guess. So that's what you find being pushed. And anytime there's somebody that says something different, they kind of brush to the side. That's my Lupe fiasco. Like Lupe came out and was all positive. They said Lupe crazy. No, when you say somebody crazy, that's a dismissive statement. So no matter what Lupe does after that,
I know Lupe he actually came back and he made his last interview
But he's gonna never reach to the levels that he was on in 2011, 2010, 2012. Because
when y'all speak about the pop culture and like the different types of music, you gotta remember people did market research too. So the reason why sex is being sold because people want to buy sex. The reason why drugs is being sold because people want to buy drugs. The reason why murder is being sold because people want to buy murder. It's a story that you
I don't want to buy murder and drugs.
No, but I don't really think
and
that.
I don't want to buy sex either.
Right today, like I don't think that the mass, in pop culture, that mass consumers want to buy murder.
No,
I won't say murder, but I will
scale.
say it's a very small amount. I think it's, like you said, drugs, it's sex, it's the partying, it's the flashy lifestyle, it's money. It's having a lot of money and being, living lavish, be promiscuous and having it all and being able to do whatever it is you want. That's what is quote unquote selling. I think the problem comes in that I think the bigger danger to our society right now is not as much the violence. The violence is big and it's dangerous as well, but it's this illusion, it's this idea that you can attain these things, just like overnight through pop culture. You can become a rapper and then all of a sudden you're gonna be successful. You can, and so I think that's what the bigger problem is.
I feel in that one.
So, but I would like to point out though that in no other genre of music do you have a person degrading, well, maybe degrading a female.
Nah.
You don't hear them really trying
What
to.
do you mean, other than hip hop?
Yeah.
Well, not just hip hop. I mean.
R&B maybe.
No,
Pop.
hip hop and rap.
Pop.
I mean, Monsters,
Strictly
degrees
But
herself.
yeah, but you don't hear a country and western song talking
No,
about
I tell
that
ya.
WO, you know. You don't hear rock
Nah.
unless it's like real slasher dark rock, you know, that has its own
What
market.
about Dirty
But
Diana?
in terms
It's
of
not
more
like rock?
commercial music, you would have the hip hop, you know,
You can say
and
commercial music. Yeah.
yeah. So you don't get that, and you know. So I think we're selling what the intentions was to sell poison to the people that look like us. And what ended up happening was everybody gravitated to the music, you know, and it started poisoning a lot more segments in society, and they had to start cleaning it up. And unfortunately, 90% of it is a lie. Like when you Rick Ross, the boss, you know, a prison guard.
95% of what is a lie?
Well,
What they represent?
portray, yeah, like what.
But is it a lie though? Because
No,
they
but it's
have
actually
portrayed it,
reality,
and so now it has
but
become the
now it
reality.
has become.
They
Yeah.
just giving it. the
You make
story,
your own
you know,
reality,
make-
yeah. I guess. And and another thing I want us to get into is since we're talking about gender roles in pop culture, is the way that the gender line is being crossed. Like there's something in pop culture where we're trying to, you know, blur the lines between males and females.
Dre.
Like I'm seeing that line disappear. Like in fashion now. In fashion, you know, male pants are tighter than female pants. And I don't even think there's a difference between male and female pants no more.
No more. That's wrong, though.
Then you got this little long, like I said, I'm guilty of it too. I wore tall tees and that's a dress. So you know, I wore dresses before. Yeah. So, but there's this new undershirt thingy that's like a mini skirt that you wear with your tight jeans. Like it looks really, really feminine. And
I
then,
think it's kind of cute though.
hey, that's the problem though. And then you got Dej Loaf, which is the complete opposite. Dej Loaf, a beautiful young lady. Like this lady is gorgeous, but she dresses like a man, and you can still tell she gorgeous even though she dresses like her clothes are looser than Young Thug's clothes, and I think that's an issue. Like the
You think
gender,
that's an issue?
that's an issue. And then there's been brought up that in every movie you see these men dressing like women, like. They're blurring the lines. They're
Like Tyler
blurring the
Perry.
lines, and then you have the female walking. It's just the lines
You
are
have the
all
female what?
messed. Yeah, I know you want to
No,
get.
no, I didn't hear what you said.
I don't want to go down there.
but
No, I didn't hear
No,
what you said.
I said
I want to point out
What
that I want to point out
I ain't say
that
nothing.
what Jarvis is describing is
Because you're talking about the fashion side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when
What
that
else?
lane is blood, and then the other.
So what you say, man? What we talking?
Well,
We,
what
we,
Jarvis-
we dress
what-
alike. We our roles are alike. You know, we both cooking and walking and like.
But what he
what
describing is the gender roles
role?
he was taught. And he,
That's what I'm saying.
he
So
had
you
a
hold
problem
on.
with
So
how
so
the gender
so what
roles
are you?
assigned
No,
now.
you just said cooking. I'm not even talking about the fashion. People can wear whatever they want, as far
No,
as
you
I'm concerned.
can't. I mean,
Wash clothes, Jarvis.
You can't tell people what to wear.
Exactly.
Sure, I
like
mean,
it's
I
a
hear the judgment.
personal
I don't think
view.
you should wear a
I would
skirt.
You
be
just
wearing
It's
don't,
not
you just
the norm.
don't like men that wear tight pants.
wearing them.
But what is tight though? Because what you might think is tight.
What
What you might think, what you might think is tight. Some, I mean, I'm sure you see my brother Omari. His pants, being, you know, Omari pants are fitted a lot more fitted now
I
than
wear
used to
fitted
be in the past. What's
Yeah,
wrong?
you
I
know,
like a man in fitted pants.
And he could go a size bigger. He can go a size.
But that's you.
That's my boy though.
you-
Omari, shut up
that's
to
what- that's what
Omari.
you like it. I mean, the ladies like that now. You know, they want to.
Our pants the same size, Omari. I'm just
Say
playing.
them.
Hey,
I'll
but
just-
fashion goes in and out too, because my
Akio wear tight pants.
yes,
Not
all
that
the
tight,
time.
though.
I don't
Nah,
like
he
I don't
good, he
like
good,
wearing
he good.
sagging pants. I don't like that feeling.
No,
I
banging
don't like the
pants.
feeling.
Banging pants like
Why say
Sack of pants,
something?
sack
My
of pants.
father wear tight pants from 1970.
My dad wears some tight pants for sure.
Until from there.
No, but
he
it's a
wearing the
fashion
same
statement,
pants
though.
from
But he don't wear
the same-
skirts
the
with it.
same
He
color.
don't wear
if you look at it
skirts.
right, if you look like way back, they actually wore those
It
clothes
was
before.
fitted, and then we went to baggy, and now it's back
Back
to
to
But
fitted,
it's your
that's
perception.
It's how you hold on, but I want to get like, because we're talking about pop culture and all of this. But I heard you say something about cooking. So are you saying that? No, I just want to clarify.
No,
are you saying
I
that
didn't mean it.
only
I'm sorry.
females should be cooking?
No, I did not. No, I did not. I cook. I'm a bad cook. You should let me cook.
Bad
for
as
you.
in not
You
good?
should let me cook for you sometime.
I cook all the time. I bake, I cook,
All right.
everything.
If you don't cook, how you eat?
I'm
know?
telling you, right? Oh man, I knew she was gonna get on that.
I just- I'm just making sure.
I'm a feminist too.
Are you a feminist?
I am a feminist. I believe you have just as much right to pay the bill as I do. That was funny. That was a joke. Laugh. right, now we're about to go into a word from our sponsor before we make Tahira kill me. With us tonight, we have Pastor Gomes, and he's going to be telling us about the PAVE Peace Week coming up, the PAVE initiative, right, Pastor Gomes? So can you please join us, sir? Welcome to Youth Spin. Your first time with us. We got to get you in here. This is a founder youth, man. And he found it. I mean,
Which one?
Like, yeah, you look younger than me. Like, welcome to Youth Spin.
Yeah.
Maybe you can leave some of that youth with us.
The audience doesn't know, but you're dressed in a red suit tonight. You're very generous. Giving me what I don't have, but I embrace it. And thank you so much for being on Youth Spin. And I didn't even want to break this because you all are flowing so well. And quite a very interesting conversation.
Thank you. Normally is here at Youth Spin.
Yes, I can tell.
So what's happening with PAVE? What are you guys...
Okay, I'm going to try to make this as concise because I know the listeners are wanting to hear more of what the young people are saying. But this is the second year. Last year we had the launching of PAVE, People Advocating Violence. Partners advocating for violence eradication. And last year we had our Peace Day, which was a rainy day. It was to be on the agricultural grounds, and we had to change it. Yes. So and we need some of that blessing right now because the drought seems as though it's coming out. And there are several activities, of course, that will be happening throughout next week. So the whole of next week is Peace Week, and Friday in particular is Peace Day. We'll be asking the radio stations to play peace music. There are some songs that were written, one by the Community Foundation, Faith Foundation, one, We Are the World, We Are Anguilla, and then one that was written for PAVE by PAVE. What's the song now?
I can't remember the Faith
I wrote the
Foundation.
song, I can't think the one I remembered. But anyhow, it's about Anguilla.
And that's important.
Yes, exactly. And but there are several initiatives. There will be assemblies at all of the schools on Friday. Primary and high schools, and different persons will be speaking and trying to focus on challenging people what are things that they can do to promote peace. So instead of waiting for police or for parents or for teachers, everybody has to take individual responsibility. And there will also be some PSHE sessions. There will be people going into the school to challenge the young people and to engage them. So it won't be them talking to young people, but interaction and looking at what they can do to promote peace in their community. Some of what you're talking about, the music, can they listen to some better vibes that will help them to think more positive? Their habits, all of those things. So that's a part of the whole drive this year. And then there are some, the whole PAVE initiative we're trying to be as broad-based in our approach. So instead of a one-dimensional approach, it's a multi-dimensional, a four-pronged approach. So we have prevention, intervention, and interception, and also rehabilitation. So how to prevent it, how to intervene when it's happening, interception, and also rehabilitation. And you are involved in the rehabilitation as well, Mr. Well, both of you. So you have a mouthful to say about that. I did not remember that. I have not been here in the night, and it's darker than it's in the day for social solutions. And when I hit 40, I discovered a need for glasses more than ever. So
you are 40 years old. Wow.
No, he said when he hit 40, he didn't tell his age.
Older than 40, Pastor Gomes?
Let's continue the conversation. As I said, you are just in a red suit. Thank you so much. But so I may have to let you, maybe even at the end, and you don't have to read all of that. But there are different things that can be done that PAVE wants to do to effectively address the whole issue of violence here.
PAVE. When did PAVE come about? Because I actually never heard about it,
Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard about PAVE. Yeah, but
Well,
I want to hear about it right now.
Did you speak in the school last year on a day? Did you and Romeo speak in the high school?
Yeah.
There was a day that you all spoke on Peace Day.
Yeah. But
it
I
was
don't
part
know
of
for
PAVE.
Peace Day. That part of it, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was.
Um,
I know.
yeah. But it came about last year, early last year, even from the year before that. It started around July or so, or June of 2013. And so, even around May or so. And so it began, its first main activity was the launching of Peace Day. But we need to be more public,
So wait.
and I guess we have been getting support of government, so these 4 initiatives have the support of government, yes.
I was asking, like, what kind of events? I mean, you said you're going to schools. Yeah, what other events you're doing this week?
There will be,
We have that. We got to know
Right.
that later, actually.
right.
We got that to know.
Yeah,
We
we'll ask that
very
question.
appreciative of PAVE and the Faith Foundation and every other group that are tackling violence, because even as part of the discussion tonight, there's so many other things out there promoting violence, pop culture being one of them, that any initiative that would kind of counteract that and work against that, is welcome, and I think should be welcome. So I appreciate PAVE, the Faith Foundation, any other group that seeks to eradicate violence, because everybody preaches it. Like, we're so prone to violence from the moment we're watching, Tom beat up Jerry and SpongeBob and Patrick fighting. Like, we're prone to violence. It's been engraved in our DNA since because of pop culture. We used to stick around for the conversation past ago. But yeah, we're really prone to it. So any organization that comes around to help and try to eradicate it, I think should get the full support of everybody, the government, the public, the
Definitely.
people, everybody.
Well, when I was young, the books I read lots of books, and even the music, the movies, the cowboy stories. The bad guy would do horrible things to the good guy. When the good guy got him, whether it was knights against each other, or cowboys and Indians, or ninja people, or what have you, when the good guy got the bad guy and they fought, he would let him live. And only if he's coming to stab him in his back or shoot him, then he'd turn around and shoot him. But he would show mercy. The rap songs today say, if you diss me, I'm going to kill your mother, your sister, your father. I'm going to spray the block. There's a ruthless, relentless, murderous spirit, a vengeful, it's a vicious spirit. So I'm not even sure if it's Tom and Jerry, because we saw those kind of things too. But it is that deeper thing that says, if you mash my can, I'm going to cut off your head.
Yeah, we're gonna play.
But
Don't leave, stay there.
No, no, these young people are
But
really
you
flowing,
said
so-
you 40 years old. You're still a youth. Plus the 20
Everybody
years
needs to hold
additional.
on to that age from me, okay? I love
But-
that.
but
this
li-
is worth a trip to the station. Good.
Oh, we'll play Coco. Let's play Coco, right? And then we're gonna go into what Pastor Gunn was talking about, as in the good guy and the bad guy. I wanted to see how much music and everything has changed. Listen to this song. I know you've never heard this before. You probably heard me playing it. You probably heard it coming from my vehicle. I like it. It's a good song. The lyrics are horrible though. The beat is awesome. I love the beat.
The song is good, but
The beat
lyrics-
is good. The beat is awesome. The lyrics are horrible, and I like the beat. Well, when we come back, DJ Conway, take it away.
I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco. I got it for the Lolo. I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco. I got it for the Lolo. Turn up. I'm in love with the coco. Hit my plug, that's my cholo. Cause he got it for the Lolo. If you snitching, I go loco. Hit you with that 38. Thinking that I'm solo. 50 deep, they like, oh no. No, please no. Heard the fans taking photos. I know nothing the popo.
So that's what we have. Now, in my defense, since then, another artist has brought out a song on the same beat, and I now listen to that song because it's a little bit better. The lyrics are a lot nicer. So I get to listen to the beat still. But when that first song first came out, I fell in love with the beat. But the words, he's promoting the sale and advocating the sale of cocaine, and to make a profit. And I think that's, pushing poison to any community.
But not only that, though. You gotta listen to the words carefully. He even talk about snitching. So if you're going to talk, he say he hit you with a 38, which is Spanish for 38. And 38 is our gun.
Yeah, I'm looking at a video. No, it's guns and stuff. This is
up.
my first time seeing a video.
Yeah. No.
Jeez.
No, this is what is. No, this song, I heard this song on ESPN. That's the first time I heard it. And a football player was listening to it, and he had on the beats by Dr. J. Shout out to Jay. I hope he gives me some money for that free plug. But he had on the headphones, and you could hear it, on ESPN. So I was like, what's that song? And I typed in Coco because I figured that it was Coco. And then I looked out, that was the name. And I listened to it in its entirety, and I was like, somebody else did that. Maybe a kid that looks up to this particular football player heard it playing and looked it up as well, and know that's his favorite song. And like I said, it's all up to interpretation. But I see no positive spin on
I don't know
in
how
love with the Coco.
You can't spin that one.
And this song is #1 Billboard. I have it. I banged it in my Jeep for a very long time because of the beat. It's very catchy. Like, it's extremely catchy.
You played it in your Jeep because of the beat?
Yes.
But then you have compromised yourself.
But
what is so fascinating about that beat that is worth playing something that is poison?
If you hear the bass line, and real basic.
This thing about freedom of speech blows my mind.
It does, right?
If somebody says, I want to kill my mother, I want to kill Obama, does freedom of speech give them a right to publish that and make it a #1 song?
Well, obviously.
But I want to hear from these young people. Miss Bannister here is smiling serenely. I haven't heard her voice, so I'm going to exit. You young people, keep on doing your stuff.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for the time. So people keep on listening, and we're going to have more time on Saturday to share more about pay. But keep up the good work, all of you.
Appreciate it.
And peace.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So,
Wait.
Let's hear this, Akio.
Hold on. I got one point to make. The fact that it is #1 on Billboard charts, Coco. We come back to Coco. The fact that Coco is #1, and we gotta talk about who's the #1 market for Coco. The reason Coco is #1 is not because African Americans in the States are buying that. And Billboard charts are American charts, so it's not because African Americans are buying that. It's because the Caucasian population is buying that, because there's a Hispanic population that's buying that.
Yeah.
There's a lot more than that. No.
The people that are actually buying the music and paying to go see the concert.
The fact that he speaks Spanish
says
a lot.
That means he has a constituency that's real Latino based. You know what I mean?
And I think like
well, what did that say about
no, but I think Akio he said it before. He hit it on the head. The point of the matter is, it's a business. Whether we think it's right or wrong, it's a business. They've done their market research, and 12% of the population, African Americans, make up 12% of the population. That's not enough to, even if all the black people in the United States of America supported that song, it still would be #1. So it just goes to show, like Akio said, they did their research, and so they create music that but that directly targets their market, and their market is.
But that's the interesting thing. What people are buying, what is that representing? What does that represent? How does that represent the African American young male?
Well, I think what it does though is it unfortunately it makes the African American young male more like the vehicle for the destruction. Because they are there and they are they are the face of this evil. Because we're talking about this. We're not. When you look at this video, you don't see Caucasian kids snorting coke. You see a black guy packaging coke with a gun, waving it into the camera. So I think that more than anything else, it degrades or it
makes it okay for a police officer to shoot a black guy.
Yeah.
Because
Oh boy, well, let me get into
Like,
that
for real,
conversation.
Yeah,
That's why
that's
you could come.
I think this is gonna be a 2-part show. 'cause
No,
this-
but you are right. But you are right. What happens is, and it's so amazing. I mean, this is a great topic, because what Akio said, he said it, and even though I knew it subconsciously, kind of really just laid it out. And then what you said about making it okay to shoot a police officer, it's like a cycle. So, you know, the industry makes you feel like, you know, like you no, not only that, but you can have all these things. You can have money and all these different things overnight. You can have the fame, the glitz, the glam, which I think is what a lot of black people and everybody out there wants. And so you get into that. You go to these labels and they tell you straight up, well, you know, this is what's selling. And if you want to be relevant, if you want your single to get pushed out there, then you need to create a product, your single, your song, your album, that that stimulates a certain target market. And so now you are the vehicle for this poison, as you call it. You are now the vehicle for this poison. But consequently, as a result of that, because you are the vehicle for this poison, because you have allowed yourself to be the vehicle for this poison, you have also degraded your race and made yourself incredibly vulnerable to people like the authorities and what's not. You've represented yourself poorly, and so now you're in a situation whereby you are the representative for poison. You are the representative for evil, for bad, and so what bad gets eradicated, eliminated, and so black people get shot.
Now let's talk about.
That's just my opinion.
That's a very valid opinion, and I completely agree. You put it better than I could. So, you know, we're running out of time. Even though this is going to be a 2-part series, I can't allow us to leave tonight without focusing on our black females, though.
Okay.
Like,
Hey, I like how you said the males is the vehicles. Cause the female has to be the vessel.
Got to be.
Got to be the vessel because, yo, what I mean. Our DJ stepped out for a minute, but we gonna play this in a second. Anaconda, Nicki Minaj.
Oh my God.
And twerking, and I can't even say this other word, popping. You know what I mean? The front popping.
What's the difference between popping and twerking?
I don't know.
the back.
No, okay, don't say it.
We keep it. This is a PG-13 show. In its layman's terms, twerk is from the back, pop is from the front.
True.
That's as clean as it gets.
I am lost, but that's
Wow.
But isn't talking more movement of like even the thighs too?
back. I'll back.
Oh my
I'll back. Google.
But you know what? Like, I think that even though we're talking about generals, I think that if we're being fair, no, I'm not talking about that. Chris Brown do a little twerking, but he looks good doing it though. But anyway, but I think that if we're being fair, we should say that, you know, there are some black men that positively represent their race. So there are a lot of black men that positively represent their race, even though they kind of get played to the side. And then in the same breath, in pop culture, there is a subset of strong black women that are not twerking and selling their bodies.
They're the minority, though.
Is Oprah the minority?
Rhapsody.
But yeah,
What
in
about Alicia
relation
Keys?
to
Is Alicia Keys a minority? I mean,
relation to Nicki and Kim.
No, but Kim, you talk about little Kim.
As in Kim Kardashian.
But what I'm saying, but they're irrelevant. You're making such a great point, because people like Nicki Minaj and little Kim, her predecessors, the older Nicki Minaj, they will be irrelevant. They cannot sustain that. Just like this guy, what's his name? O.T. Genesis cannot sustain a career singing songs like Coco, because guess what? The record label is gonna find the next person
that's singing Coco
to with the next product that's gonna sell.
But
that's it.
But in the meantime, though, they get to poison our young girls with I'm the baddest, female.
But I think that's where it comes down to being objective, because even when I was younger, when I was 16 and 17. I did this thing where I would go and look at the life stories of successful people out there and see what they overcame. But I would also observe, even from the time I was 15, 16 to today, the people that were doing things the correct way and that were representing positive images in society. They have sustained their careers. They have advanced. They are doing things. They are moving ahead. Whereas the people that I can't even tell you who was singing the song Coco of of 2006 when I was like, what, 17, 16, 17 years old, you know? Because I know someone was singing some trash like that too, but it was irrelevant and they die out. So if young people are objective, they realize, look, if I want to have a career or if I want to be someone that is respected and for a very long time and, you know, and become something, I can't degrade myself. I have to follow the example of those that are doing positive things and not just go the cheap way and say, all right, well, I'm going to, you know, sell my values and give up on my values for a quick dollar.
Definitely.
But what about rappers like 2 Chainz? I mean, he's always rapping about strippers. And
Yeah, but 2 Chainz just came on the scene now, I think. And he's actually, I've heard, I haven't heard the music yet, but I heard that he's kind of trying to change his style too. I heard he's trying to sound more educated now. And he is actually an intelligent person, no?
But no, 2 Chainz business wise, actually you should know 2 Chainz been on the scene for a minute. I think in 2013 or 2014, 2 Chainz was on 300 different songs.
Yeah.
300 songs.
But we only just heard about him.
We only just heard about
Exactly.
it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's
Go
crack.
ahead.
Hey, but you know, back to the females.
The
bro.
females.
I want to talk about, because I think we have an epidemic of young girls on Facebook taking really, you know, scanty
And in
photos.
Anguilla as well.
In Anguilla, yeah, and because it's painted as okay, just as it's okay, you know, to shoot somebody and go home and sleep. It's okay for a female to be, you know, 13 years old in her underwear on Facebook, and that's not cool.
But it's
you know?
the image, though.
It's
the
the
image that
image,
is
and-
this up portraying.
What do
So-
you think that image is?
Okay, let's
That
take a
you
look
just-
Like,
at...
I mean, you're in sixth form now, right? Even when I was in high school, like, if somebody posed, I remember a girl like got a picture leaking her panty. That was like the worst thing ever. Like she was so humiliated.
No, they
But
posted
no,
it themselves.
exactly. Like what?
Tell you, like,
What
the
is that?
comments.
What is the feeling in school when a girl like? What do you think?
I mean, even if I would say a naked picture comes out, like you would still see people respond to it. You would still see them kind of chiding the girl, and I know it goes well. The age has gotten younger, as in we have people in first form sending out these kinds of pictures.
Lord have mercy.
So it really is degrading.
and I think it's a smartphone as well, right?
Yes.
Technology has made it too easy,
Why
but
would you give it that?
But it's a mixture of technology and a decline in morals. Like
And pop
our
culture,
morals
yeah.
are really like bottom low now. Like morals aren't a cool thing. To be moral and to have morals isn't cool no more.
But I think, especially for females, I think and men struggle with it too. But females, I know, definitely struggle with self-esteem issues. I mean, I would lie if I said that I didn't struggle with self-esteem issues. Every female has struggles through self-esteem issues. And I think the key is, again, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, look, you know, I can deal with this now. I can follow the crowd now and,
True.
you know, showcase myself, and I can be out every night, or I can build a career. Because I can tell you, like, the people that, you know, my friends and I, a lot of us took a different road. You know, we said, look, you know, we might not seem so cool when we're younger now doing the things that they're doing. But, I mean, we're 25 and we're pretty good. You know, life is going pretty good for us now because we made the right choices then. And so I think that, again, being objective and looking at situations and say, look, if I make the right choices, if I do positive things, if I focus on being a positive role model for the people that are coming after me and doing good things in my community, in my society, then, you know, life will be easier as opposed to, not easier, but, you know, it'll be better. I have more options.
fulfilled.
I have more options. You know, options is something that a female wants, as opposed to you post a picture like that, man, you're labeled for life.
I'm telling you, Dre.
Yep,
Brandon.
Especially
they
in
don't go away.
Anguilla. That's branding.
They stick around for a
I mean,
little
your
bit.
past don't ever leave. Like straight up, I could talk from my own point
So
of view.
young
eh.
ladies have some respect
Like
for
people will still see
yourselves.
me and be like, yo, you still that da da da. Like yo, nah.
Yeah.
Like straight up, the man be like, nah.
Yeah.
So your past actually stays with you, but it's what you do in the future
Exactly.
that makes your past not fade away, but they look at your past as a stepping stone.
stepping stone.
You know. But as she said, decisions that you make all in life.
But that's good that he said, like he said, like you still can make a change. Like some people make the change when they're later, but the reality is you need to make the change. You don't want to be 30 and still posting stupid selfies on Instagram. A lot of
Like, come
women
on,
are
like-
30 and posting selfies on Instagram. They look real
Stupid.
Like they look real.
It's so harsh, but
Yeah,
like,
they look real
when you
weak.
trying to beg for likes,
Hey,
you
man,
don't love yourself.
hold on,
I
hold on,
love
hold on.
myself.
I'm 30 years old, yo. Y'all need to chill.
Oh, you posted selfies
No, nobody's saying like it's
Y'all
bad to
need
be
chill,
older.
y'all
I'm just
need chill.
saying.
I
come
posted
on.
a selfie the other day, though. Hold on.
Nothing's wrong with posting selfies. I'm just saying.
Nah,
like,
that's very random.
If
trying
you're
to be
doing,
16?
if
Nah,
you're
nah,
doing
that
the
was-
same things, like
That was random. That
I,
was weird.
I think Facebook and social media gives us such an incredible opportunity. Like I would dare people like go on your Facebook. You know they have the year thing. Go back to like 2008. Like, are you still posting the same types of things that you're posting? Like, do you still think the same way? If you haven't grown, then you really need to evaluate yourself. You
I'm
know.
telling you.
Hey, that's a crazy.
Look at your past. Oh.
That's a crazy thing about like pop culture in terms of the social media and how popular those have become. Well, yeah, I got on Facebook in 2007, the year after it came, 2 years after it came out.
Yeah.
And my life has been timeline from 2007
Yep.
to right now, and you can see everything,
Everything.
You know, everything. You know what I mean? So
True,
it's kind of
true.
a trip looking at it 7 years.
Yep.
Like that's 7 years of your life, just like literally like everything is just on that.
On
Like,
Facebook.
But I mean, like, if you go on, let's say, Instagram, and you look at the pictures that people are posting nowadays, like, you have men posting pictures of, like, weed and cocaine,
Guns.
No,
guns,
weed
everything.
is
Even the women now, they're posting pictures in bikinis and a lot of, I would say, explicit poses. So
Yeah.
it's all about the image, as I keep saying, that is being
And
promoted.
likes.
But guess what? You getting paid for it, so what are you doing it for?
Yeah,
It's for the legs.
Exactly. The thing, what I realized, right?
17?
Social media. No, like a
Jeez.
like is validation. Like a like is like
I'm
I
popular.
am special. No, I am special.
And
I
that is
mean
sad.
something. What you know, like no, but that's the reality. That is what
Yo,
it is.
likes and
I
views,
post pictures.
YouTube
If
views.
I don't get likes,
YouTube
I'm
the
fine.
biggest- the
So what you
biggest-
said that my 5 likes that I only got 5 likes on my selfie.
I'm saying that's how some people. There are some people.
I should
out
feel
there,
bad.
right,
I
that-
mean-
this is how crazy pop culture is. There are some people out there. They will post a picture on Instagram, and if it doesn't have a certain amount of likes within a certain time span, they're deleting the picture. It obviously ain't good.
I got 1,300 friends and only 5 people like my photo. I'm upset. No, you're making me get upset because now I'm taking this whole social media
If
thing.
you want to feel it, we feel it.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing.
Like my photo, I will feel some kind of way, man. Somebody need to go on Facebook. and
I
like
mean,
my
but you.
photo.
But again, it's
I
all
know,
pop
I know.
culture, and it's all because like social media, in my opinion, because of these images that we see, and then social media gives us the opportunity to access each other. Like a lot of people live fake lives on social media because they try to represent something that they see in pop culture that is not their reality, and instead of actually going out there and working to create a real reality that they can be proud of,
I
they
like
rather.
memes. There's a meme that said, "Don't go broke trying to look rich.
I'm telling you.
Act your wage.
Act your way.
Act your wage." That stuff
Exactly.
ain't real.
Oh, yeah, I can wait right about no. Like, I mean, you have to. I mean, you don't have to dress to impress, but if you want to look good, you do your thing still. But I mean, you can look decent still and not too expensive, you know. I see people, literally, I see girls going to stores buying $300 braids. Like, yo, you sick? And then your car empty of gas.
That's Persian. That's Persian here, though.
What?
Whatever
Whatever happened to Tahira's here? Zipporah's here.
That's
Whatever
Persian
happened to
here.
that?
That came from Persia.
Nah,
Whatever
this is
happened
our
to your own
national.
here?
That's that 300.
You gotta go
stuff,
natural,
jump off.
cause
That's that 300 jump off. You even know.
No, but it's sad though, like, cause you see, they actually follow the image of the female rappers. They got on this. That's a brand new man.
What is the
I
female
can get that.
rappers?
Get-
Every
Nicki Minaj got that. I got that too.
female rappers, female
Hey, how much,
singers,
do
everybody.
you remember the epidemic, the Barbie epidemic? Like everybody was a Barbie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
2
remember
years
that.
ago.
Got them bringing Bobby back in style to sell it to
No,
the
but
kids.
there was
Yo,
this black
it's a market
African
share.
American young lady, trying to get as light as possible, like spray painting her face,
Yo, I think
and
that was a big
presenting
problem.
Barbie like with the blonde hair and all that.
Who remember Beyonce and Destiny Child?
I do.
Me.
Yeah,
Beyonce
I
and
remember.
Destiny
I
Child
remember Beyonce
was
from-
not that light. Beyonce and Destiny Child was like my complexion, maybe a little bit lighter than me.
That's
but
your black.
She no.
Nah, she was.
She
Brown
was like
skin.
She
light,
was
light
definitely
brown.
a brown skinned woman.
She
Like,
got that
you had
mulatto.
no question that.
So you
but
saying Beyonce bleached?
there's some. If you look at certain advertisements and stuff, Beyonce look white. Beyonce look white,
had
but
that
if
Millie
she didn't
Lago,
have
Like a
Michael
tan, like a
Jackson
slight
thing,
tan.
right? Like, don't judge her. Leave Beyonce can do
if she
no
didn't
wrong.
have certain
Leave
features
Beyonce
on her
alone.
face,
Yo.
if she didn't have certain features on her face, she would look more like a Caucasian type. Telling you.
Let me go look at a
Beyonce
picture.
alone.
Telling you.
I won't allow you to disrespect Beyonce. Maybe he didn't mean it, We are sorry. We love you over here at YouthSpin. I won't allow you to talk bad about Beyonce, okay?
He looking for a check here.
It's not talking bad, it's talking the truth.
And if you ever get divorced, holler at your boy.
Me, I have a problem with what I represent.
To the pipeline.
I think you should love yourself for who you are and what you
Yeah.
come to this earth and use it the best way you can. That's
I love
me.
myself. But I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, as an artist, like when I first started doing music, I did some reckless music, yes, it's true. But not that reckless to the point where,
So we're gonna end the show
'Cause-
on the topic.
Don't-
No,
Whatever
the
you like,
time.
Yeah,
It wasn't
okay,
gonna it's gonna be a 2-part show. Stick a pin, and when you come back next week.
You don't have the answer, Sway.
You don't got the answer, Sway.
Wow,
I
this
do
is
think that, I do
crazy.
think.
YouthSpin got a little crazy this week, but yeah.
Wait. Before we go out, I gotta finish up. Producer gotta come on air real quick. We gotta still shout out a little bit for Pave. Just a little another word from our sponsor before we go. Let me shout out some techniques for to fight against violence, for the anti-violence campaign that they're putting out. To prevent violence, we need to talk about behavior management. Try to identify when there's early indications of speech, sight, hearing difficulties. We need to talk about mandatory after-school programs and programs where we can get kids involved with things. A shout-out Digital Creative Workshop. We trying to do that out here. What's up? We doing the whole video, audio game. That's coming up in August. Actually, I need to check out, in terms of after-school programs, there's the summer program that DYC puts on, and if youth, it's a youth program, so it's up to ages to 35, and it is Anguilla's definition of youth. But we need to shout that out because those are opportunities for youth people to get educated and do other things, do positive things with their life. We also need to talk about intervention and interception for peace in our community, and we all need to be involved with this peacekeeping in our community. We all need to guide the children, as we've all said. It takes a village, right? It takes a village. You know what I'm saying? Let me just go on to the Peace Day activities. Actually, they'll be on Monday, the 26th of January. They're launching the Peace Day activities. They relaunched the Life 264 film series via Facebook. Check DYC Anguilla Facebook. They're gonna launch episode 1 that day, and then episode 2 on Wednesday the 28th. Episode 3 on Friday the 30th. And then on Saturday the 31st, they'll have a church service all day. The theme is Peacemakers. And they're also going to start the organizational challenge that week and try to get as many organizations and government ministries and departments to engage in the peace and the PAVE activities for the week. Hey, man, come check those out. But then we're going to update you on some more activities for the following week. So come check out the activities and enjoy, you know what I mean? We're going to close up the show.
Closing statement, Mrs. Banks. Any closing statements? Uncle, you come back next week? You come back next week?
Yeah,
right?
I'll be back with you guys next week. Not a problem.
Any closing statement?
It's just glad to be here. I think it's a really interesting topic, and it's a good discussion. And I think it's something. I'm glad that
Somebody
this is.
spoke about
Yeah, I'm
it.
glad someone's speaking about it, and it's a great panel as well.
Thank you. We try to address relevant topics to youth here at YouthSpin. Mrs. Attitude.
I look forward to part 2.
You look forward to part.
So
I
you
like
are
the way she
attitude.
closed
You
up.
are.
Controversy.
Or that is confusion. What are you?
The same thing.
What are you?
Can you?
Same thing. Controversy, confusion. Mr. Truth. Mr. Truth. Do you have any closing statements?
Not really. But pop music, pop culture. If it ain't good, don't listen to it. Hey, that's all I gotta say.
Mr. Producer, you just closed off with announcements. You were going to say any closing statements?
Come back next week. Check it out.
Yeah,
Check it out.
next week's gonna be crazy. Thanks to Radio Anguilla for allowing us an extra 5 minutes of airtime. I'm gonna close by saying, wow, that's it. I'm gonna close by saying, respect yourself. Entertainment is lovely. I'm entertained by some of the most awful lyrics. I mean, the deplorable the lyrics I listen to sometimes. But just respect yourself. Once you respect yourself, it won't have that greater influence on you, and let your morals lead you, not the music. So until next week, this is your boy Controversy, aka Tagged by Tahira Confusion, signing off for YouthSpin.
Catch me in the mall, you know I buyed out G5 plane. Yeah, I flied out. On the back, look like Lex sitting on 28. No, you can't get her if you ain't got plenty cake. ATL, Georgia. Booties look like this size. 23 waist, pretty face, big thighs.
I can do big, I can do it long. I can do it whenever or however you want. I can do it up and down, I can do circles. To him I'm a gymnast, this room is my circus. I market it so good.